Welcome to the Sports Kings NFL Week 13 prediction show. I am your host, Mean Gene. It's time to get it on this day before. It's Thanksgiving Eve. How about that? So my guys are here. We are ready to get into the Thanksgiving Day games. There's 3 of them, and the Black Friday game, as well as the Sunday and the Monday night games. Let's go ahead and start with the one, the only, the man who will not allow you to buy a jersey because he has them all, Jacob Meadows.
What's up, guys? Feels good to be back this week. Last week was a great week for me, and I am very excited to keep that rolling.
Well, keep it rolling, man. Keep it rolling. And the gentleman down there in the bottom of your screen, look, we just did a show 24 hours ago. We did an NBA show. So in case you want to check that out, you can go to our Sports Kings YouTube page. This guy covers the Carolina Panthers. He's not wearing a jersey tonight. That's odd.
No. Come on.
And the Charlotte Hornets of the NBA, Dustin Pfeiffer. What's up,
Dustin? Come on, Jacob. He doesn't know how this works now. After wins, he will see the Panthers shirt. After a loss, we'll go with the Wells Fargo Championship that was now the Truist Championship hosted in Charlotte. We'll do a little golf, But
that's
glad to be back. And Gene, you're right. We had a show last night. That's what we do for our audience and our fans. Like, they want to see us talking sports. And I said this last night, and Jacob knows this too, even though he's like the NFL expert. Like, we're the Sports Kings. So we're not just going to talk NFL. We're going to get everything in we can get in. So I like it.
Yeah, and look, and Bobby's on tonight, guys. Bobby actually commented on our NBA show last night. He says there's only one team in Los Angeles, and we should only refer to that team as the Lakers.
Hey, he should feel real. Hey, he's at opposite ends of the spectrum. He's got the Raiders, but then he's got the Lakers. So he's got one bad.
He's keeping it right there in Los Angeles. I got to give it to him, though. Those are his teams: Lakers, Dodgers, and Raiders. So, all right, guys. Week 13 of the NFL. There are no buys this week. Ooh. All of the teams are going to be playing this week. So that means we got 16 games to cover on this show. And next week, the bye weeks resume, but that's the last of it, okay? And I can't remember the teams that has a bye week. But look, if you got a week 14 bye, that's pretty damn good.
The Panthers have a week 14 bye.
Yep,
that's pretty damn good.
And they are banged up tremendously now. And I just think, and I'm not saying this because it's my team and not to get on a soapbox. I think you both will agree. If you're going to extend the season, they should either have 2 buys, or you can't have a bye in week 14. That's just these guys. Look at the injuries. These guys, they go out there every week, short weeks. Carolina just played on Monday night. Then they're coming back Thursday night games. Like, you can't expect their bodies to hold up like this. So making a team wait till week 14, I think, is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. That's a long damn time. But I think, back in the day, I think a bye week would only go to like week 11. That was considered late too for a bye. All right, guys. Since 2006, the NFL has scheduled 3 Thanksgiving Day games each year. And this year, the league will continue to honor and commemorate the late John Madden with the 4th annual John Madden Thanksgiving Celebration tomorrow. That's Thursday, November 27th. So, and also for the 3rd consecutive year, the NFL will follow the Thanksgiving triple header with the Black Friday game.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on Prime Video. So get your Prime stuff, ready for Friday, guys. So pretty exciting, huh?
If you're a sports fan, you might want to get Prime. I mean, I don't know what kind of different sports fans we have, but Friday morning on Black Friday, they're doing a golf match with some of the top professional golfers. Then you go into NFL football. Then you go into an NBA doubleheader. Prime has really dipped their toe in the sports world. And Jacob, I'll throw this to you. I'm always excited for Thanksgiving football games, but I think the NFL front office is sitting back and going, well, we picked these matchups right this week. There is going to be some high-profile games tomorrow on Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is one of the better Thanksgiving slates that we've gotten. And, I think you're right. And then to the other thing that you were talking about, Bezos is killing it, dude. Like, Bezos done it, right? Prime has really come a long way. Their streaming quality wasn't terrific in the beginning, but they've kind of got it dialed in, and it's kind of nice. It is kind of nice. But yeah, the Thanksgiving games are good. And if you're a game-worn jersey collector, such as that John Madden patch is hella coveted. So
It is. It's pretty.
it's a cool commemorative patch to get your hands.
I like that.
I think most people have the streaming now. You know, everybody complained about it earlier, but you probably got Prime, you got Peacock. Those are like Paramount. Those are big ones. The only thing I don't like about the streaming, and Gene, I guess it's not as bad because me and you have the 3 TV setup. But when you're on Prime, you can't flip that channel to another game because you're stuck on the app.
No, that's true. That's true. And Prime is also, I got the NBA package on Prime.
Yeah,
so they are
exactly.
they are moving around. All right. Want to thank the guys that are, jumping on, listening live as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, got to give a shout out to my neighbor, Joe. Joe made some barbecue. Joe made some barbecue and invited me over last week.
I was going to say, if it was now, what you doing here? You better be going to get that barbecue.
No. I ate that barbecue and I slept for the next 24 hours, man. That was some good stuff. So, all right, Joe. He's a Cleveland Browns fan, and he laughs when we go all in on Cleveland because he has choice words for the Browns too. So we'll see if we're going to go
about the Browns. I got some things to say about the Browns still.
As do I. Hey.
Well, hey, look, we're going to talk about their matchup here. I mean, look, they are in the news because of Shadir Sanders, so we'll talk about that. Well, guys, let's go ahead and just if this is your first time watching the show, let's go ahead and give you the rules here. We pick these. Jacob this is his second year on the show. Jacob was with me on ESPN 97.5 in Houston, and he was also out there with us in Vegas, and Dustin has been with me for going on 15 years there.
It's been a while now.
And we've been doing this stuff. So this is just our prediction show. It used to be a countdown show, but we changed it to a prediction show. But anyway, we have fun with this. We have the best records of anyone. If you can go and look, and I challenge our listeners out there, go and look at the guys. Most of the guys that make predictions, they don't show you their records. And we stand behind what we do. Now, we might have a bad week. I've had the worst week, but I've rebounded. We have a good week, and we're going to show you that in a minute. But what we do have a lock of the week that we do. And this is a game a matchup in which we are sort of confident that it's going to happen. And when you hear the drum sound, that is the lock of the week right there. And then we have, now this is the fun part, right? The upset, of course. That's when all hell breaks loose. That's when the pick is so bad that the police come looking for your ass, right? So, that pick, you better win. The only way you don't get arrested is if you won that upset of the week. And we always like to go back and grade our papers from the previous week. And this is the fun part here. Ooh. And let me drop the comments here because I want everybody to see what we got here. So, okay. All right, Dustin, you want to go ahead and take it away?
Yeah, I'll take it away. I mean, if you look, strong weeks, as Gene said, across the board last weekend, and we're not just saying this again because it's our picks, Gene. We've been doing this for a long time, and I don't know if they've ever been this good. I think we saved our best from when we came to YouTube. But looking at these overall records, you're looking at last week, 11-3 for me, kind of to still hold on to first place. Jacob wins the week at 12-2. Not only 12-2, but goes 3-1 on the upset. So a very strong week for Jacob. And Gene, even though he's sitting there in third, everybody may say he's in last place, 10-4. I mean, 11-3, 12-2, 10-4. At that, I don't know if you can get much stronger across the board with that. And then moving to the overall records, all three of us are over 100 wins on the season, well over 100 wins, 121-56. I mean, again, I know it's straight up but the NFL is a wild league, and I'm not just saying this because it's our records. What, Gene, you said it. You've looked at other podcasts, 121-56. It don't matter if you're in the NFL. It don't matter if you're picking, what a kid's going to wear to school one day. Like, those are strong records right there. So it's a very impressive record list across the board. And listen, we're going to, what is this, week 13? I mean, for us to be this close, I say I'm at the top, but it's wide open right now.
Well, look, I'm just trying to tally up the whole thing here, guys. Hold on a minute. We have won 351 games and lost only 180.
That's ridiculous.
That's what, somewhere around 70% or something like that?
Yeah, so, if you're a coach or a manager, you're going to get a lifetime contract.
Yeah, you get a good contract with a record like that. So, and we cannot wait to kind of get into what's going to be happening
But what I like about this is once we start getting later into this season and I continue to hold this lead, it's going to force you to go outside the comfort box a little bit
It
and start
probably
making
will.
some picks you don't want to make. So
yeah, because this is week 13. We only got a couple of more weeks here.
yeah.
And then the playoffs, it just sort of resets, We have a different one for the playoffs. But all right, guys. Anything we want to talk about before we get into tomorrow's games?
Well, before we get into the games, let's just go real quick around the table. Jacob, let's start with you. I'm looking at some of the results here on my screen. Give me a winner and a loser, from last week in the NFL in your eyes, as far as teams go.
Winner, the Houston Texans, right?
Gene, how did we know that's where that was going to go?
You already knew that. You set him up for it.
I did. I soft tossed that one to you.
The Texans are winners because the Colts lost. I mean, Jacksonville won again, and they have a seemingly easy schedule moving forward for the most part. But the Texans are winners. They pulled out another victory against Buffalo, who's a worse team than what we think they are.
Yeah.
And then a loser, and this is more of a prospective loser, but a loser is going to be Dylan Gabriel, right? Like, we'll talk more about the Cleveland Browns here in a bit, but Shedeur looked better than his stats said he was, and his stats say he wasn't terrible. First Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback to start a game and win it since like 1947. Yeah. Look good. So,
Gene, how about you? Winner and loser from the week in the NFL last week?
Oh my goodness. It has to be the Indianapolis Colts losing with an 11-point lead going into the fourth quarter. That had to be a disaster. And then on the other spectrum, on the winning spectrum, you know what? The Detroit Lions, that was an ugly win, but it counts as a win. So let's count it as a win, but it was ugly.
Yeah, for me, listen, I actually got two each. First of all, shout out to Rachel in the chat. When I see Rachel in the chat, I just know that everything's all good and it's going to be a good show. So shout out to her. But listen, winners and losers. Number one, the Dallas Cowboys. I picked them last week.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, it's crazy that it happened in the same game. I've got the Cowboys as a winner and the Eagles as a loser, not just because they lost the game, but like the way we were texting each other. The way you lose that game up 21-0, when you had a chance to take your division rival and say your season is over. Now you've given them life, and now you've got question marks. I don't know if you saw Jalen Hurts' comments about they don't know what their identity is. I know they're still 8-3. They're still going to win the division, but we know for the Eagles it's Super Bowl or bust, and right now they don't have the identity to be a Super Bowl champion, and that's going to be the question marks that go down the road. The other winner for me is what I've said all along is the Los Angeles Rams. They are the best team in the NFL. Matthew Stafford is the MVP. And it's to me right now, what he's doing is unbelievable. And unfortunately, they play the Panthers this week. And the last winner I have, the Chicago Bears.
Guys,
they're sitting at the top of the NFC North in a tough division. They don't win pretty, but they win ball games. And I know it was against your Steelers last week, Gene, but we're getting late in the season, and it's not just talking about are the Bears going to squeak into the playoffs. We're talking about are they going to win this division?
Are they going to? Yeah, you're right.
That's what I had. So
and then this game that we get ready to talk about here has a lot of implications too in that NFC North.
Yeah,
there is nothing, guys, better than an NFC North matchup on Thanksgiving Day. Okay, because we already know that the Detroit Lions. This is going to be the 86th Thanksgiving Day game, all right? You want to know what their record is? Okay, I'll throw it out there, 38-45-2, and this dates back to 1934. But this is just more than a Thanksgiving Day entertainment game. This is a critical game. You got 7-3-1 and 7-4. And, man, the Detroit Lions, this is one of those – if they lose, only one team, I think, guys, maybe two.
Yeah,
maybe two is going to go to the playoffs from the NFC North. But Detroit or Green Bay or Chicago could find themselves on the outside looking in.
Yeah, the NFC West and the NFC North are who's going to be competing to get that extra wild card team in. It's going to be interesting to see. Thank God that the Lions are good again, because think about all the years they weren't good and they always had to lead off on Thanksgiving Day, and you just were like, we can fast forward through this game till we get to the afternoon game. Well, now look at this matchup, and I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. I'm talking about this game right at the top of my head. I still don't know who I'm gonna pick.
Yep.
One thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if y'all saw this on the news. Frank Ragnow, the center, has come out of retirement to come back to the Detroit Lions, and he was one of the heart and soul players for that Lion team. So that could give them some rejuvenation. I don't know if he's playing this week because he just came back, so I probably doubt it. But that's got to rejuvenate that locker room a little bit. I don't feel good about this pick, but I'm going to take the Detroit Lions at home on Thanksgiving. That crowd's got to be crazy. That tie actually helps Green Bay kind of stay ahead of Detroit, so Detroit really needs this game.
Yeah, it really does.
And I mean, look at what Jahmyr Gibbs did last week, guys. Like I expect him to have another big game. It's going to be close, but give me the Lions to get a win.
Jacob.
I'm right there with you, Dustin. I'm taking Detroit to win this game. I feel like I'm a little more confident about it than you are, which it doesn't bode well for me because I suck with the Packers. But
you do.
I think Jameson Williams is going to be pretty heavily targeted in this one. I don't think Green Bay has anybody that can go toe to toe with him. Josh Jacobs was banged up. He's healthy now. He's a stud. But Jahmyr Gibbs is so good, dude. And I don't know. Jared Goff is kind of hit or miss this year, but I like what Detroit can do, and I think that overall Detroit has the better team here. So give me Detroit on Thanksgiving at home.
Good call out by you, though. Josh Jacobs being back is huge for the Packers.
Correct. That is going to be huge. And look, Jameson Williams, oh my goodness. I mean, how was he not targeted at all last week?
They didn't need to. They had Jahmyr Gibbs just running all over the place. True.
Well, look at here, guys. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions, but there's a but on this, okay? And here's the but.
Yeah, there it is.
There's the but. This guy,
well, he's going to do it.
Yeah, he needs to cut it out because there was a game. What was the game, Jacob, where they went for fourth down and they didn't convert any?
I think it was the KC game, but I don't remember.
He's got to stop gambling, okay? And this is him, man. He is the gambler. He has replaced Kenny Rogers as the gambler.
There's a difference in being aggressive and then just kind of being a little crazy. Like you got to walk that line.
Yeah. Yes, you do. So anyway, but I got the Lions as well. All right, guys. The Cowboys, another team that is known for feasting on Thanksgiving Day. They're going to play their 58th Thanksgiving Day game since 1966. Kansas City, this is going to be their 11th time. Dallas is 34-22-1. Now, I have been to Thanksgiving Day games in Dallas. It's a serious event up there, okay? They do intend to win. But this matchup tomorrow, guys, oh, my goodness. You got the 6-5 Chiefs who are still trying to get in, and the Cowboys, 5-1, they're trying to get in as well.
I refuse to go first. I refuse to go first. I am not going first.
Well, I mean, but I got a question. Who's favorite?
The favorite is the Kansas City Chiefs. They are 3-point favorites. And listen, I've seen on TV today that people are saying on this Thanksgiving game at 4:30 in the afternoon, this could be the most watched NFL game of all time. Well,
then I just gave it away because I'm going to tell you exactly where I'm going with this. Okay. I am going to say that the Dallas Cowboys are going to win this game with their high potent offense and their newly improved defense.
Yeah.
I take the Dallas Cowboys to get this game at home.
Go ahead, Jacob. You had your hand up.
Yeah, I'll take the next one. I am not calling the upset. So I think that Dallas beating Philadelphia is more of a collapse from Philadelphia than an improvement from Dallas. I think Kansas City's fighting for their lives right now. Also, Dallas's secondary, not terrific, right? Who's going to cover Rashee Rice and all of the speed that they have in Kansas City? They need this win more. Well, not more, but Kansas City's a better team. Their defense is a little better. And again, Philadelphia collapsed last week. I had Philly. I was heartbroken at the end of that. I don't want either of these teams to win. I hope this ends in a tie, but I am going to take Kansas City.
I mean, to be fair, Indy kind of collapsed a little bit too, being up 11 in the fourth quarter.
Hello.
I picked Kansas City to win the game last week, but their performance until the end didn't really make me feel good.
If you don't have Shane Steichen calling 3 passing plays in a row at the end of the fourth quarter to run the clock, the Colts win that game. That loss is on Steichen and Steichen alone.
Yeah, this one's tough for me, guys, because it's like y'all know me. I've kind of been trying to hang on to the Kansas City Chiefs and say they're going to get in and they're going to fight for their lives, but at the same time, and I don't know, maybe I'm just I don't know, it's a twilight zone, Gene, but I've given a ton of credit to the Dallas Cowboys this year. I just got to keep doing it. I mean, the way I know it was a collapse by the Eagles, but the way they came back last week, I will continue to say it again. George Pickens looks like a top 3 wide receiver in the league, and he's better right now than CD Lamb, which I mean, and we never would have said that going into the season. It's unbelievable what he's doing. This game, man, I feel like at home Dallas is riding a lot of momentum. But again, I said last week if the Chiefs lost, I was going to get off the bandwagon, but they didn't. So I'm going to hold out hope, and I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to get this win. I don't feel good about it. That's 2 picks in a row I feel terrible about. We'll see what happens. But I just think in big games, I'm going to take Mahomes over Dak. Even though Dak's probably played better this year, we've seen Dak kind of fold into these big pressure situations, and all eyes are going to be on him on Sunday, and I have a little more trust in Patrick Mahomes. This is going to be an amazing game, but give me the Kansas City Chiefs.
It is going to be an amazing game. So looks like Bobby. I'm not sure. Bobby being a Raiders fan, I know he's not taking the Chiefs.
I think he said Chiefs, even though he hates them.
Yeah. Okay. Rachel looked like she's going for the Chiefs. So all right. Okay.
So Gene, you're the lone wolf.
The
Dallas
and that's
Cowboys.
fine. That's fine. And believe me, when we come back for Week 14, I will be talking about that.
But Jacob mentioned, the Chiefs fighting for their lives. The Cowboys are also fighting for their lives because they're not going to, even though they beat the Eagles, they're not going to win the division. So they got to get that wild card spot. They pretty much almost. We talked about how difficult the NFC is. Dallas has to win out to probably get into the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we've got the 2 games on Thanksgiving. Those are the traditional games that are always played, Dallas and Detroit. But this one here, this is the 3rd one that we was talking about earlier. And man, this wasn't really that big of a game until someone by the name of Joe Burrow decided that he was going to steal the thunder on Thanksgiving Day. It's the 3-8 Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens 6-5 classic AFC North matchup. And Baltimore has won each of their 2 previous Thanksgiving appearances. So they look to try to make it 3 here. Jacob, who do you like in this classic AFC matchup if Joe Burrow plays?
He's playing. Ravens favored by 7, by the way.
Yep, Joe Burrow's playing. I think the spread is ridiculous, and I don't think that's going to hold true. I am going to go Baltimore at home. I don't feel great about this game. Jamar Chase coming back off of a suspension. He's going to be playing pissed off. So I think him getting Burrow back, even though Joe Burrow's been out all season, right? He's got some dust to knock off. He is Joe Burrow. He is
no T. Higgins.
Yeah, no T. Higgins. He's in concussion protocol, correct?
Yep.
They have, what is his name? Mitch Tinsley. Who's the Tinsley guy? He was a stud in the preseason. Looked great last year.
Yeah, he was.
So Tinsley will probably get the nod to take over for T. Higgins. Kind of, sort of. Their depth can go one way or the other. They have a couple of good receivers, but Tinsley's their best other guy. I like Cincinnati in this. I know there's been a lot of hype about is Cincinnati's defense better? It's not. So Baltimore. Give me Baltimore in this one.
Hold on, wait a minute. Stop the presses, Gene.
Exactly. Are you seeing
Gene,
what I'm seeing?
Gene, put the upset graphic on the screen. I'm going to do this for him. We have a Sports Kings ghost in the chat right now.
Yeah, exactly.
The name of Denny Sharma, and he has said 38-31 Cowboys. So I will sound the siren for him.
Yeah, Denny,
and let him get his call out.
Way to sneak in there with that pick. Get out of here, man.
You see what happens? The Cowboys finally win a game, and they're riding high, and he's like, I got to get in here and say something. You see that?
Yeah, that is funny.
So I wasn't going to let that go. But listen, back to this Ravens and Bengals game. Can I just say that I'm a little pissed off? And the reason that I'm pissed off is because I get it. You want your guy back. You want him to come back and guide this team. But am I the only one that thinks that Joe Burrow shouldn't be playing for this 3-8 football team right now?
Nope.
What's the reasoning behind him playing? They're not going to make the playoffs. Exactly. Why would you risk him getting hurt when he's injury prone and messing up going into next year? And Gene, you know I'm pretty protective of Joe Burrow because that's my guy. Well, you know that for years. I've been on him since day one, and I've been mainly right about him. He's a superstar, and I just think that I don't think it's doing him any favors because let's not forget he's coming back a month earlier than they expected. I just, unless Joe
turf
Burrow
toe.
is telling the organization, hey, I think we can win out and win this division because the Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers are only 6-5, I just don't think it's a good decision. I've got the Ravens winning this game with no T. Higgins. Burrow probably has a little rest coming back. And the only thing I hope coming out of this game is that he comes out healthy and is healthy going into next year because, again, the Bengals season for this year is over.
Well, look, now me and Jacob talked about this before we came on the air. Realistically, this AFC North is up for grabs. Pittsburgh is going to squander away themselves out of the playoffs. And we'll talk about Mike Tomlin's future on another show. But here's the deal. Baltimore, we don't know. Now, I'm going to pick the Ravens in this game at home, okay? But I will say this. There's a chance that the division could come down to either Cincinnati or Baltimore. And Cincinnati, for them to win, they would almost have to win out. And that would be a record of 9-8. But whoever
and I think that's what Joe Burrow is saying to the organization.
Yeah,
like,
I think
even
so.
though we're 3-8, I'm looking at the teams above us in first place, and they're near 500, and we have a chance. It's just hard to see with that defense them winning out like that.
Cincinnati's strength of schedule to wrap the season is not hard. It is theoretically possible. Beyond the Baltimore game.
It should be.
Correct. But beyond the Baltimore game, Cincinnati could realistically win out. So this is one where if Joe Burrow steps in and they somehow pull this upset off, Cincinnati could make that run. Assuming
it's possible.
We'll see. Because, I mean, there's only one team that's going to win, go to the playoffs in this division. So with that it might be an ugly record.
Now, so we all have Baltimore, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on to this next game, and I know you said we're going to talk about this on another show, Gene, but did you see the rumor that has come out about a long-term coach in the NFL that is ready for a change of scenery? And they haven't said the name, but the first two names that come to my mind are Harbaugh from Baltimore and Tomlin from Pittsburgh. And when I talk to Pittsburgh fans and when I talk to Baltimore fans, they're both praying that it's their coach that wants to change the scenery because both teams, I think, are ready to move on. I just think that's an interesting rumor that's floating around right now.
It's a good rumor, and I tell you what, I
feel like it has to be Tomlin.
One of those coaches may not have a choice in this matter because I said early on too in the show, but way back in the preseason, that if and me and Jacob talked about it earlier too, having the best record as a coach just doesn't get it anymore in Pittsburgh. Okay, you got to get to the playoffs, you got to get to the Super Bowl, right? But I also said that bringing on the Steelers went all out this year. They spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
They got Aaron Rodgers in there. Rodgers is going to be the end of Mike Tomlin, and I'm sorry, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Jacob, just real quick, one word. I feel like it has to be Tomlin as well, but I'll ask you, who needs a change of scenery more, Harbaugh from Baltimore or Tomlin from Pittsburgh?
I think it's Tomlin.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that.
Tomlin.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's move it right along here. We're going to go to the NFC North. Man, these are some great matchups here. This game, I think this is the Black Friday game.
Yeah, why does it have to be at 3:00?
Yeah, what a piss.
Can we do a night game? Some people do have to work on. Some people do have to work on Black Friday, Gene. You know what I'm saying?
Well, people are going to be shopping too. I mean, I remember one year I'm in the mall and I forgot the damn game was on. Right, so this is just not. It's just and look at this matchup though.
I know
you got two division leaders playing a 3:00 Friday game. I mean, give us prime time if anything, guys. But anyway, it's the 8-3 Bears on the road at the 8-3 Eagles, the pissed off Eagles, I must say, right?
Yeah.
Dustin, take it.
Yeah, this is. I mean, again, they got the matchups right for these Thanksgiving and day after Thanksgiving games. Listen, I like I said, I love what the Bears are doing. Not only does Ben Johnson deserve credit, I think Caleb Williams deserves a ton of credit. Like, he got bashed after his rookie year, and he's really played some damn good football for this Bears team and got them in first place. On the flip side, the Eagles, I mean, they're 8-3. You would think everything's all good, but it seems like they're 0-12, guys. Like, the way that, and you know how Philly fans are to begin with, but including the fans, including inside that organization, you know, A.J. Brown's not happy. Saquon doesn't look like Saquon. It's unbelievable what's going on with them right now. They're a 7-point favorite in this game. As much of an identity crisis as they have going on, I agree with what Gene just said. They are going to be pissed off. And, it's probably time. We talked about the Bears winning all these wacky close games. It's probably time for them to slip up. And even if the Eagles' offense doesn't do anything, I think that defense is going to come out and play really well, especially after giving up a 21-point lead. So this doesn't change my opinion on the Bears, but I'm going to take the Eagles to be pissed off and get a win. But I'm going to tell you what, I said it before. They better figure it out because I don't have them as a super. I don't have them. They're still very good because of their defense, but I don't have them winning a Super Bowl right now because of that offense. And whether they need to figure out how to get the offensive line to block for Saquon, whether they need to figure out how Saquon gets a better burst that he had last year. I don't know what the issue is. I'll let you guys talk it out, but they better figure some things out before playoff time.
Yeah, they better. Jacob, I'm going to let you go last. I'm just going to go ahead and lock this game. All right.
I like it, Gene. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock this game here because Eagles got to take care of business here, especially if the Cowboys win. Since I have already picked Dallas to win, and if the Eagles were to lose, the folks are going to be really excited in Dallas. So, what do you got, Jacob?
So, before I get into my pick, shout out Tank Bigsby. So, I loved Tank Bigsby when he was drafted or when he came in with the Jaguars. Right, big Tank Bigsby fan. I want one of his jerseys for my wall. He gets traded to Philadelphia before the deadline. It took him forever to get into the lineup. Tank Bigsby looked better than Saquon last week. He has last couple of weeks. He's not getting as many carries, so it's kind of skews the numbers a little bit, but he's more efficient with what he's doing. Love that for Tank Bigsby. On the flip side of that, throw up the upset graphic, Gene.
Oh, man, you gonna one-up me, it seems like, huh?
All right, now.
So the Eagles defense has kind of let me down a little bit. I know Cooper DeJean was, the exciting white Super Bowl hero, right? Like, great. Dude is slow as molasses, right? So you have Roman Dunze, DJ Moore. You have both tight ends, Cole Kmet and Loveland, that are playing well, although Loveland might be hurt. I know he got racked up pretty bad last week. But you have DeAndre Swift, who's playing at the top of his game right now. You have that rookie or the backup that I can't pronounce the name of that's playing really, really well.
Mununga?
Sure. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So Chicago's offense is playing really well. Ben Johnson is very creative. And I think Philly should fire their OC. I think at the end of the day,
100%.
Yeah, Philly should fire their OC. They're missing Kellen Moore right now. Their defense improved with Jalen Phillips. I've hyped that up before, but I think that last week proved you can take away the run game for Chicago. Caleb Williams can beat you in the air. So I am taking the Ben Johnson Chicago Bears to beat the Philadelphia Eagles at the Link.
It's tough to say fire the OC because they've been through so many OCs. But I've been watching. I watch a little bit, not a ton of tape like some of these other guys do on TV. But every former NFL player that I see talk about the Eagles offense says they have the least amount of scheme, motion. It's just straight up line up and do these boring plays, and that's why their offense looks like that. And when you have weapons like A.J. Brown and Smith and Saquon and even Hurts with his legs in the run game, like, you got to scheme up some better stuff than that. And, again, could their defense carry them on a playoff run? Absolutely. But when you come up against teams like the Rams and these other teams, you're going to have your offense make plays, and right now they can't do it.
All right, guys, next game here.
Oh, my God.
The Los Angeles Rams, 9-2, first place in the NFC West, will take on the Carolina Panthers, 6-6, first place in the NFC South. I don't remember when the last time the Rams traveled to Charlotte, Dustin. I'm sure you have all those details.
I don't remember when it is, James, but it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, listen, I'm pissed off. How many times have I said that tonight? I'm pissed off. Like, was I surprised that we lost to the 49ers on Monday Night Football? No, 49ers are a decent football team. But when the opposing starting quarterback throws 3 interceptions in the first half and you only get 3 points, I literally wanted to throw something. I have no idea how that's even possible. The Panthers defense has so many injuries, and they battled their tails off to keep them in that game. Bryce Young with a terrible interception from the 1-yard line that he probably could have ran in. But people are going to blame Bryce. I put this a little bit on the young head coach of Dave Canales because I don't think his game plan was the right game plan. Guys, I'm going to say something. Rico Dowdle averaged over 6 yards a carry in the game. You know how many carries he had? 6. And he only had 2 in the second half when it was still a 1-score game. why wouldn't you pound the rock more in a game
Mhm.
where you see the quarterback's a little off, where McMillan had a drop, which is not usual. So the offense was a little off. Pound the rock. I just don't get it. They kind of wasted an opportunity from that defense. J.C. Horn was incredible, and now he's hurt. We haven't talked about Merrick, who's going to be suspended for a game for a low blow to
Yeah.
Jawan Jennings. It just was not a good night overall for Carolina. And what's your parting gift? Come on home and play what I think is the best team in the NFL. So if you're asking me to homer up this week, it's not going to happen. Now, listen, would it surprise me if the Panthers hung close? Because they've had a weird season. They've went out and had some really duds, and then they played up in some games that we didn't expect them, like at Green Bay and things like that. So could they hang? Maybe. But the Rams are, to me, I'm going to keep saying it, are the best team in the NFL, and I'm taking the Rams to get a win.
Yeah, Jacob?
I felt confident taking the 49ers over the Panthers last week when they had that play where Jawan Jennings caught it close to the end zone, got hit by 3 people, and then walked into the end zone like it was never touched. They looked really bad It was really bad last week, and it's Rams, right? Like, I agree with you. The Rams are the best team in the NFL right now, and until somebody proves me wrong, I'm going to ride that high. So, yeah, no, give me the Rams. They've got too much everywhere, and I do think Carolina keeps it close. I don't know what the spread is. I think
it's 10. It's 10.5.
10.5. Yeah. So, good teams win, great teams cover, right? I do think Carolina's probably going to be a great team in this matchup, but I do not think they win.
I mean, they forced 3 interceptions, Gene. I can't get over it.
I know. I mean, it was a weird game, man. It was. I expected better out of the Panthers too in that game. I'm going to take the Rams. Look, it's hard to believe, guys, that I used to watch Matthew Stafford throw touchdown passes to Calvin Johnson, who is in the Hall of Fame, right? Mm-hmm. This is just crazy. This guy, the fountain of youth, he fooled me early on in the year about thinking, okay, his back is bad. I can relate. I got a bad back too, so I understand all of that. But look at this guy, 9-2. They get it done. I take the Rams. It's unanimous.
30 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Video game.
All right. I know you don't want to see the 49ers again, Dustin, but that's the next game.
Oh, I got something for them. Let's go right now.
The 8-4 49ers are going to take it to Cleveland. Cleveland Browns. Now, this is interesting here because until, I guess, Shadir Sanders started, the Browns were a one-man show, and that was Myles Garrett, right? So, Myles Garrett on defense keeps the Browns in games. It's just ridiculous that he does that. The 49ers, look, guys, I think, Jacob, me and you talked about it before we went on the air, that I think they want Mac Jones. I really do.
They should.
I think the fans made that clear. Now, this is a road game, so they don't have to appease the fans Sunday because they're going to be at Cleveland. But Mac Jones, in my opinion, is better than Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I mean, when the first game Brock Purdy came back, Brock Purdy was lights out, right? He crumpled last week. He looked really bad. He did look really good in that game. He came back. I think Mac Jones has more of that dog in him. I think Mac Jones, because he's been there, right? Like, Mac Jones was big at Alabama. Then he came to the league. He kind of passed around from a couple of teams, was never great, never had a great team around him. Stepped in with the Niners. He was winning games with a depleted roster. Like, the fans loved him. And I think when you bench the hot hand to go with the quarterback that you just paid way too much money to, that's just kind of what's going to happen there. And I think Brock can turn it around. I don't necessarily think that this is the game he does that in. But Mac Jones is going to go get paid somewhere else. Kyle Shanahan, I don't think he knows what he's doing when it comes to paying quarterbacks or really taking quarterbacks, and for that matter. But Brock Purdy has looked good throughout his career, right? Best Mr. Irrelevant of all time. But the 49ers
we do got to give credit to Shanahan that he has taken a depleted roster with injuries to 8-4. We do got to give him that credit. But before we pick this game, Gina and Jacob, give me your quick thoughts on Shador and his debut last week where he got a win as a rookie quarterback.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. I hate Jerry Jeudy. I texted the group chat about that. That was the most boneheaded play I have seen. Jerry Jeudy should have been cut before the plane ride home. But Shador looked really good. And there's no reason that Dylan Gabriel should start over him again this season. I voted for Dylan Gabriel in the beginning. He's an Oregon guy. Dylan Gabriel should go to the bench. Shador Sanders should start. That team rallied around him. Everybody was hyped up. Shador looked good. Shador Sanders all the way. 10 out of 10 performance.
Gene?
First win.
Well, look, I want to be careful, and you know how I am with rookie
Crowning.
quarterbacks,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't care who the quarterback is. If you're a rookie, I'm not just really going to jump on it like that. You're going to be playing. Last week that was who did they beat last week?
The Raiders.
Yeah, that was the Raiders.
Yeah.
This week
Sorry,
is
Bobby.
the 49ers.
Yeah.
He may not look as good. The
No.
49ers are going to see a rookie quarterback out there, and they're coming after him. You got Robert Saleh over there, and I know what Robert Saleh is going to tell the 49ers defense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Shadir, and nothing against him. I think he's a good quarterback too. I think he should be the starter, but don't be surprised if he gets sacked 7 or 8 times in this game. So I'm taking the 49ers, by the way.
Okay. I'm not going to crown him after that first start. I do think he played. His numbers weren't great, but he did what they needed to do. We set up. The Browns have a great defense, so you don't have to do a ton. And he made a couple plays when he needed to. He made a nice 54-yard throw on the run that had Myles Garrett even kind of looking like, wow, what a throw. Myles Garrett, I mean, you mentioned him. We do got to talk about him. 18 sacks is just unbelievable. And I don't know if Joe's still in here, but the one thing that I wanted to touch on about this when I said I had something to say about the Browns is I still don't like how the Browns are handling the Shedeur Sanders thing.
Yep.
And again, this is coming from a guy who said, I thought Shedeur deserved to drop because of how he was acting in pre-draft interviews and everything, and he needs to be quiet, keep his head down, and go to work. But I don't know if y'all saw the video of the post-game speech of the coach in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Shedeur Sanders was the first Browns rookie quarterback to win a start, and I think it was like 40, 50-something
Since 1999.
I mean, it's amazing. And the fact, I know Myles Garrett had 3 sacks, got the game ball. I'm not even asking him to game ball, but he basically glossed over saying, hey, good game, Shedeur, way to get a first win as a rookie. Like, he barely even mentioned him. And I just think that's a little weird. It's still a weird dynamic. But you're right. I think he's earned the right to start. And, Gene, you mentioned about him getting sacked. The 49ers are the worst in the league in sacks in the NFL because of how depleted their defense is. So I think he's got more opportunities than you think. Put that upset graphic on the screen, Gene.
No! I
said it last week for entertainment purposes only. I'm saying it this week that the Browns are getting a win and Shedeur Sanders will be 2-0. I don't know what his numbers will be. I think he'll do enough to manage the game. But I think Myles Garrett and that defense is going to get after Brock Purdy. And if Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions against the Panthers defense who doesn't have a good pass rush, I don't know what he's going to do against the Browns team who is all over everybody. So give me the Browns, who are a 4-point underdog at home, to pull the upset over the 49ers.
All right. Jacob, did you pick already?
No, I love that pick, Dustin. I'm not going to follow up with it. I'm going to take the safer pick here, but I love that. And so Shedeur got smacked around by Max Crosby. Anybody that watched that game, Shedeur,
that's what Matt Crosby does
so many times, and he stayed composed. He kept uncorking it. He was throwing it down the field. Really, that's what should earn him the start over Dylan Gabriel. He wasn't afraid to let it fly. That pick 6 was awful. It was a bad read. He learned from it. Did not do it a second time. So I would not be surprised if Cleveland wins at home here. I think this team is rallying around Shedeur. Yeah. I'm gonna take the 49ers here to win. They need it to keep pace in that division because Seattle is right there. So I am going to take the Niners, but the Browns are a better team with Shedeur Sanders.
Hey, Gene, you said at the 3-8 the Bengals could make a run. Maybe Shedeur Sanders goes on a 6 or 7 game winning streak and takes the Browns to the top.
Yeah. Hey, that would be something to see, Dustin.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. All right, Jacob.
So I'll sit back on this one.
You'll have me to take it away.
Take it, Jacob.
Houston's defense is the best defense the Texans have had since inception in the early 2000s. It's not close. It is better than the J.J. Watt, D'Amico Ryans defenses, right? Like, this defense that we have right now is not only the best in the NFL, but the best Houston has ever had. And with that being said, put the upset graphic on the screen.
Oh, I already had my hand on it.
I already had it wrote down on the sheet. I already had it wrote down.
Yeah.
I already had my hand on it.
Houston is going to walk into Lucas Oil Stadium, the home of the Colts, and they are going to beat the Colts at home. And why, you may ask? Daniel Jones has not beaten anybody through the air since like week 4, right? So if Houston can stop Jonathan Taylor, which is the exact same rhetoric I held last week against the Bills and stopping James Cook, if Houston stops Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones will not beat them through the air. I've been high on Danny Dimes all season, but that defense is nasty. we are going to be able to cover Michael Pittman. We're going to be able to cover Josh Downs. We're going to be able to cover Alec Pierce, right? All we have to stop is Jonathan Taylor, and Houston can win this game. Plus, CJ Stroud's back. CJ Stroud is back. I think there will be a wave of momentum with the team. I know Dougie Mills, MVP, by the way, Dougie Mills. Dougie Mills has really, brought the team together. CJ Stroud coming back from concussion is going to really flip the script.
That might throw him off.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that because it's kind of like a jinx. I'm worried about that. But I think CJ Stroud coming back is going to be good. I think he's going to have a good game. He was playing well before he broke his brain. So I am taking Houston with the upset here.
Listen, Gene, I will apologize to Jacob because I did hate on Davis Mills last week.
Yeah,
I will still contend that he wasn't the reason they won the game. That defense is lights out. Now, what I will say is about if you get CJ Stroud back, that's great. He's way better than Davis Mills. We mentioned Joe Burrow and the rust though, and I wonder about that a little bit with CJ Stroud. And it's funny, Gene, that Jacob uses his argument of why they're going to beat the Colts is because Danny Dimes hadn't beat anybody. But the whole season, he's been banging that drum for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Now Indiana Jones ain't that great because he's playing the Texans.
Hey, you're coming in playing the best defense in the league, right? We have the best pass rush tandem out there. We're going to be after.
I will admit that the Texans I think it's between probably the Texans and the Browns as far as the best D in the league.
Yeah.
Texans D is, I watched that game against Buffalo and they suffocated Josh Allen and the Bills. So I will give them a ton of credit. With that being said, the Colts are 6-0 at home, by the way.
Yep.
And I just think they're going to be a little pissed off because they let a game slip away against Kansas City. They probably should have won and kept them alive. And if you're the Colts, and I picked them to finish last to start the season, blah, 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 all that. If you're the Colts and you want to show yourself as a true contender, you cannot come home and lose this game against a team you pretty much control the division over this year. Because if they win, they're right back in this thing. Same with the Jaguars. So if you want to play that ball you've been playing early on in the season, you got to win this game. I think the home field advantage is the difference. CJ Stroud a little bit rusty to come out. I'll take the Colts to get a win. It will be a very close game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Colts too, Jacob. And the reason why, look, I like CJ Stroud. I think, but there's just something different about CJ Stroud this year. And man, when you got a backup that has come in there and won you 3 straight games, there's a lot to be said about Davis Mills. My son, who's here from the Army, we went to the Texans game when they beat the Chargers a few years back when Davis Mills was the starter. And that guy has a lot of experience under his belt now. It's going to be interesting to see how CJ looks. And good thing this game is on the road, because if CJ looked bad at home, they will be calling for Davis Mills.
Yeah, I think the one thing that's really going to help him is that Woody Marks has taken over that RB1 role. And Woody Marks looks great. He is a mirror of Joe Mixon, right? Same exact skill set. He is a mirror of young Joe Mixon, and I think that has really helped him kind of taking over Nick Chubb's place as RB1. He looks great. He's hungry for yards. He plays really hard, and I think that is going to end up being a big deal.
I mean, the thing to play in CJ Stroud's favor, which he hasn't had since he's been with the Texans, is for them to win games, he's had to do it all.
Yep.
Now, on the offensive side, he's still got to protect himself because it's a weak offensive line. But to have that defense on the other side should give him some confidence to hopefully play better. I think it will be. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm just saying, if you're the Colts, you want to be who you say you are this year, you can't lose this game.
They're going to meet. This is the first of 2 meetings, right, between the Texans and the Colts.
It's a monster game.
I'm going to take the Colts at home. I think they rebound. They should have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs last.
Yeah, because the Colts all of a sudden are going, oh, wait a minute. The Jaguars only have 4 losses.
Right.
The Texans only have 5 losses. Like 4 weeks ago, they thought they had this division wrapped up, and now it's super close.
AFC South is wide open.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Okay, guys, this is a real quick one here.
Keep it moving.
Dolphins. Okay.
Saints let me down last week. I thought they could beat the Falcons, and they didn't do it. Dolphins.
That was quick. Okay. All right. I don't know. Here's another quick one. Actually, so would it be an upset if the Jets beat the Falcons?
It would. The Falcons are 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and take it.
Interesting.
I'm going to take the Jets. It's getting late in the season now, even though I know the Jets probably don't want to.
Here he goes, Jacob. This is what I was talking about.
It's happened before.
He's going off the rails a little bit.
No, I'm going to go with the Jets.
Jacob?
Yeah, I'm going Falcons. Captain Kirk played a little better last week, right? He found Darnell Mooney, who's been locked somewhere in a box all season. Nobody's touched him. Then Captain Kirk kind of uncorked him a little bit. The Falcons have what is the best running back in the league who's being wasted on the Falcons. And Bijan Robinson, I think he's the factor, just like he is in all their wins and close losses and big losses. Bijan's the best player on that team by a country mile. But Bijan's going to have a good day against the Jets. I like Tyrod Taylor, right? I want nothing but success for that guy. But the Falcons defense is good. I do think Raheem Morris gets canned after this year. And if he doesn't, his seat's real hot to start next year.
Real hot.
But I like the Falcons to win this one. If they don't, Raheem Morris should get fired immediately after, right? He should be playing for his job, playing the 2-9 Jets.
I mean, let's not act like they did something great by beating the Saints last week. So let's just get that out the way.
Close game. The Shug Show.
Okay.
Our show is pretty good.
I can't believe I'm giving Jacob a chance here, Gene. Put that upset graphic back on the screen.
Holy
no, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's ride together, Gene. Let's do this. I am taking the New York Jets, and I just think at home, like you said, Tyrod Taylor playing quarterback. Listen, that Ravens game last week, they lost 23-10, but they were in that game for a little bit. I just think at home they can handle the Falcons. Drake London is doubtful again. I think they'll be able to contain Bijan a little more than the Saints did. Even though the Falcons won last week, I saw Pitts drop more balls against the New Orleans Saints. The guy can't catch anything. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's horrible.
He was Captain Kirk's first pick, interception of the game.
Yeah, I don't have any reasoning behind the pick. I just think both teams are bad. I'll take the home team.
Yeah,
Give me the Jets to pull the upset.
The Jets only 2 games worse than the Falcons.
Right.
I mean, that's not a lot.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's my reasoning. All right, here we go. This team is definitely pissed off. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, I called the upset last week. It was far from an upset as the Rams just drove that train right through them. Like
that game was over after the first quarter.
It was over. It was over. Baker Mayfield, I don't know what his
it was over after the first quarter.
But he looks like I guarantee you Baker's going to play. If there's any way he can play, he's going to play this game at home.
Yeah.
I like the Buccaneers to beat the Arizona Cardinals at home, especially after a disaster week 12.
Jacob? Throw the upset graphic on the
Oh, I hope this comes true.
Oh,
I hope this comes true.
Oh, I know you do, Dustin.
I really don't want to be right about this one, but one, to your testament, Gene, Baker probably will try to play if there's any physical way he can. Baker should not play. He should absolutely rest. Let Teddy B take the snaps, and however it happens, right? This team is banged up. It's too many injuries to absorb. The ship is sinking, and Baker should worry about his health, right? He's got many years to come. I think Arizona's been playing really well. Jacoby Brissett is hot, right? They are on their umpteenth running back, which sucks for them. But Jacoby Brissett has really cemented him. Like he's playing really well, and Arizona's defense has played a little better than last year. And I just think Tampa Bay is too banged up to win this one out. I think this is one you can drop. I think the season might kind of be lost for Tampa Bay, unfortunately, but that's what happens when like 11 of your starters are hurt by midseason.
If they lose this game,
yeah. I mean, you say it'd be lost, but they're still in position to win the division. But I get what you're saying, to kind of do deeper things as the season goes on.
I think Carolina, which is the craziest thing that you're going to hear me say on the show today, I think Carolina has the best chance to win out. And that's not win out like all the rest of their games, but for this division, they're healthy for the most part. Like Carolina's playing really well. They've put together, I mean, Bryce Young's ankle blew up. It's fine. But like Carolina's pretty good. And I just think that this might be a one-off season. That means Tampa Bay comes back next year, wins 12 games. Carolina wins 4, right? So it's the way the world works. But yeah, give me Arizona to win this one.
I mean, the Panthers went from kind of healthy to all the way not healthy. I mean, J.C. Horn's out with a concussion. Rose Boone's out. They're getting Trevin Wallace back this week. But back to the Bucs. You're right. It's his non-throwing shoulder, and Gene's right. Like, Baker's going to try to play any way possible. I don't know how he'll play. The only thing that goes in the Bucs' favor to what you talk about is they have one of the easiest remaining schedules of the entire NFL. On the flip side, the Panthers have to play the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Bucs twice still. So they have one of the hardest schedules in the league. So that goes in the Bucks' favor. I really hope your upset pick comes true, and I hope the Cardinals win, because if it does, the Panthers are still very squarely in the mix, even if they lose to the Rams. But I just think even if Baker plays, they can find a way to beat the Cardinals at home. So I'll take the Bucks to get the win.
Hey, Bucky Irving's back, by the way. I meant to throw that in.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah,
That's big.
but
Bucky comes back this week.
I wouldn't expect him to come out there. Look, now what the Bucky Irvin injury has done is just really given the Buccaneers a choice of running backs they can go with now.
Three-headed monster with Sean.
Yeah, with White and Tucker, and I mean that's impressive. All right, guys, AFC South game here, Jacksonville at the Titans. So look, that 1-10 record would mean something, but this is an AFC South game here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to say that the Titans are going to win their second game, but I am saying it.
Wow.
Give me the upset. I say the Titans get their second win, and that's it. I think they finish the season 2-15.
Go ahead, Jacob.
You guys didn't see that one coming, huh?
Well, honestly, Gene, out of all of your crazy upset picks, this one's
not bad.
Trevor Lawrence is not good. And it doesn't matter what scheme he's in. I do not believe in Trevor. That whole tank for Trevor thing, that backfired on the Jags in a big way. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback in the NFL. I think he proves that week in and week out. I think he misses more than he hits, which is great. And I hope your pick hits, Gene. If Tennessee beats the Packers and wins this week, that looks great. With that being said, Tennessee's defense has been playing lights out lately, right? They have actually looked much improved on defense somehow, but no, Jacksonville wins this game.
I don't think it's a crazy pick. I considered it. That's why I'm not giving you a hard time, Gene, because the Titans actually hung around with the Seahawks
exactly
a little bit last week. Now, is Trevor Lawrence living up to expectations? No, but the fact that Jacob said that this is not working out for them, Jacob, they're 7-4. They're a half a game out of first place. Let's not get too crazy.
Are they winning because of him or despite him?
They're winning.
But if you could plug and play almost anybody else in that position and be in a similar situation, right? Like they did pay him a lot of money. He's there for the foreseeable future.
Are they an impressive 7-4 team? They are not. And again, I thought about pulling the trigger on this with Gene because it's the law of averages. The Titans probably aren't just going to end the season with one win. They're going to slip up and find
a
win somewhere.
And the division game, to me, gives them more of the opportunity.
So I don't hate the pick, but I'm going to take the Jaguars because they kind of not as good as the Bears because the Bears are a much better team, but they kind of have the same thing going on. They're winning these wacky games in weird ways, and they just find a way. And I think they find a way to win again. I'm going to take the Jaguars, and they will get to 8-4. And again, is Trevor Lawrence living up to the expectations? No, but he will be quarterbacking an 8-4 football team. So let's calm down just a little bit, Jacob.
All right.
He's better than Dougie Mills. How about that?
Hey, you do not say that. You don't know. I mean, Dougie Mills is 3-0 this season.
And Trevor Lawrence is 7-4. He took the Jaguars, even though they hated on Trevor Lawrence.
All right. Okay, guys. This is the matchup I have been waiting for all year long.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
The Minnesota Vikings will take their 4-7 record and J.J. McCarthy to Seattle to take on Minnesota's former quarterback, Sam Darnold. They're 8-3. No one's really talking about the Seahawks that much, okay? But I got Seattle winning this game on Sunday.
I'll go ahead. Listen, go ahead and put the lock on the screen.
All right, let's do it.
Give me the drum roll.
There you go.
I am locking in the Seattle Seahawks. I think people are talking about Seattle, and I think they do know that they are right there with the Rams and the Eagles as contenders in the NFC. I think those are the top three favorites in the NFC. I know Jacob probably don't agree because he's not high on the Eagles right now, but I still think those are the top three contenders. And you don't think Sam Darnold's going to be ready to go against his team that wouldn't keep him around after winning all those games? He's going to be ready to go. I think they blow out the Vikings. And, Gene, I know how you feel about rookie quarterbacks, and you don't want to say this after 1 year because guys can bounce back. But I do not think the Minnesota Vikings can go into next year with J.J.
Mm-mm.
McCarthy as their starting
Nope.
quarterback. It's hard to write him off. There's still 6 more weeks to go. But I think we've seen enough. I just don't think he's going to be the answer long term. I'm locking in the Seahawks to get a win.
Put the lock back up on the screen, Gene.
All righty. Do it. Let's do it.
10.5-point spread, by the way.
Yeah, I thought Seattle was going to beat the Rams. Sam Darnold threw 3-4 picks. They lost by like 2 points. Seattle's a very good team. I think the Rashid Shaheed trade was incredible. I think that's going to help them a lot towards the end of the year. The Seattle all the way here, and I agree with Dustin. I don't know if Minnesota can roll out J.J. McCarthy as the starter next season.
He might not even play this week. He's questionable.
Yeah, so Max Bosmer, no, right? Seattle's going to absolutely crush Minnesota. That defense is being wasted, right? They brought in Aaron Jones, big whoop. He's had a good year, but again, wasted. Justin Jefferson's being wasted. Jordan Addison,
Yeah, it's horrible.
This is a very bad situation for the Minnesota Vikings. They should have paid Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold's going to make him pay for it this week. So
what about will the Minnesota ownership make the GM pay for this move? Or I don't think Kevin O'Connell is in jeopardy of losing his job, but I can see the general manager losing this job.
Potentially. I mean,
it's going to be interesting to see what they do. At the very least, they got to bring in a veteran to compete with them. The only thing I'll say about Seattle real quick is they need to figure out their run game. They got 2 good running backs in Walker and Charbonnet.
Mm-hmm.
They need to figure out how to kind of balance them a little better. But the reason I didn't say Pickens is the best receiver in the league is because Jackson Smith and Jalen is the best receiver. 8 catches for 167 and 2 touchdowns last week. The guy is unbelievable.
That is the best. All right, guys. Where's Bobby at? Bobby's still with us. Here we go.
Hey.
We got the 2-9 Las Vegas Raiders. Now, they've enjoyed 2 games at home, straight games at home here. Now they're on the road. They're going back to the scene of the crime, the LA Raiders.
Yeah.
Which, believe it or not, they actually probably will have more fans at SoFi than they would have had at Allegiant Field. So, hey, the Chargers are ready to roll. They need to bounce back from that beatdown handed to them by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, who you like, Dustin?
Put that graphic back on the screen, that lock graphic. I'm going back to back.
Back to back.
Because listen, this game, I know they fired Chip Kelly. They're trying different things. And it kind of sounded like Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly didn't really see eye to eye on things. That's what it kind of sounded like. And it's just a disaster over there. I'm sorry, Bobby. I actually liked when they hired Pete Carroll. I thought, okay, somebody that can come in and establish something. Right. And I know it's only year 1, but he's an older guy. I keep saying it. Where are they heading with this, with Pete Carroll at the helm? And he's probably thinking the same thing. Why did I come back in this situation?
Exactly.
And I don't see it getting any better. And for the Chargers, I don't know if he's playing this week, but Amari and Hampton is close to coming back.
Yeah.
And that will be a big pickup for them. And you're right. They were off a bye last week with the Chargers, right? After that bad loss to Jacksonville.
Yeah, they had a bye, yeah.
You know Harbaugh was all over them about how they played in that game. They need to get a win to get 8-4, lock it in. The Chargers get a big win against the Raiders.
Jacob?
I think locking this game is a cheesy move because I don't think.
Well, you know what? I'm cheesy then, Jacob.
If
I got to pad my lock record, I will pad my lock record. Put it on up there.
Did he just call you out?
He called me out. You see that, Gene?
When you
called locks for a reason.
I was like, I could totally match that one, but it feels dirty picking this one because the Raiders are bad. I don't necessarily. The offensive line is very, very, very bad. They have the worst O-line in the NFL. They have a couple injuries to their only good players they have on the offensive line. They have guys playing out of position. It's a mess. I don't think Chip Kelly was the only one, to blame. I like Chip Kelly, and he deserved to be fired. Of course you do. Yeah, he led the Black Vic Eagles. He was D'Amico. He was there when D'Amico Ryans played for Philadelphia, right? There are ties there that I appreciate. He needed to be fired. I just don't think it was all his fault. The Raiders probably don't win another game this season. The Chargers are going to just beat the dog piss out of the Raiders, and it's going to be sad. I like Pete Carroll a whole lot, right? I like a lot of pieces on that Raiders team, but they suck. I'm sorry, Bobby. The Raiders they they put the cart before the horse, and then the horse died. So the Raiders really need some help, and let's hope for a good draft and offseason for them.
If I'm cheesy for locking in the Chargers, you're cheesy for liking Chip Kelly. That's all I got to say. Because Mean Gene knows it. Chip Kelly is
horrible.
Is not a good guy.
He's not a good guy. And Jacob,
it
might be cheesy, but who wants to be the cheesiest?
Let's go, Gene. Let's go.
Who wants to be the cheesiest?
Let's go.
All right. Come on, Jacob. It ain't cheesy to take this pick or lock this game. I'm going to go with the Chargers, too. All right. Where are we now? Are we on to the Buffalo Bills? Oh, my.
Oh, we're on to the Pittsburgh Steelers, Gene, not the Buffalo Bills.
Well, no, we're on to the Buffalo Bills because right now I have nothing good to say about my team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers should not suit up ever again. I think this is an appropriate time to just pack up and retire. And unfortunately, this is just a bad situation. There's no way the Steelers beat the Buffalo Bills the way they've been playing lately. I just can't see it, man. Buffalo is definitely trying to. They got embarrassed on national TV prime time. This is an afternoon game, so it won't be as prime time. But I mean, the Bills are going to beat Pittsburgh. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Oh, you must be taking the Steelers. This is a close game. I don't think this is going to be a good game. I don't think that this is going to be a good game at all. It feels like neither of these teams actually want to win, right? I'm going to side with Gene here, right? I'm going to take the Bills. You're going to get your island, Dustin. But I don't think it's a good game. I don't think there's a lot of points scored by either team. I think Pittsburgh's defense is too good. They're going to rattle Josh Allen again for a second week in a row. I think the Bills' offense is depleted. And by depleted, I mean they did nothing to give them a good offense. But I'm going to take the Bills and what'll probably be a 6-point victory here.
Yeah, I don't think it's that the Bills don't want to win. I just think they've got some problems right now. And one of them is that Keon Coleman's a healthy scratch the last 2 weeks when you expected him to be one of your top receivers on the team. And they already are kind of hurting for receivers. Mm-hmm. And if you put that guy down, you're really, really relying on Josh Allen and James Cook to make all the plays. So, but Pittsburgh, I'm with Gene. I think this is over. I think it's over with Tomlin. I think this is going to be the first time he actually has a losing record in the regular season.
I think so.
They have the Bills. They have the Lions left on the schedule. They played a Ravens twice, and they played a Browns, who we've already said is pesky with a good defense.
8-9 is what I'm looking at.
I could see him finally having a losing season, and I think that starts on Sunday. I think this is going to be one of those Superman Josh Allen games where he puts the team on his back, and whether he runs touchdown, throws touchdowns, he's going to carry this team because they desperately need a win. I'm taking the Bills to get a win as well. So no island, Jacob. I'm riding with both of y'all and taking the Buffalo Bills.
Hey, shout out to Buffalo for signing Brandon Cooks, legendary journeyman. Ex-Texan. Brandon Cooks.
They need help. They need all the help they can get with their right
he's been in the league so long. I don't even remember who he started with originally.
The Saints, I think.
Saints.
Was it the Saints?
It was.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, this is a really good matchup, believe it or not. The Denver Broncos, a team that me and Jacob picked to win the AFC West, and we're still looking good, Jacob.
You just had to say that, didn't you, Gene?
I have to remind people that who we picked to win these divisions, not Kansas City, but the Commanders at home, 3-8. They lose in overtime to the Dolphins. I just don't see how that happened. Anyway, Jacob, what are you laughing at?
Dustin.
Because why is this game on Sunday Night Football? We have a flex schedule for a reason. Why? I know the Broncos are 9-2, but why are the Commanders still on Sunday Night Football?
Because they figure by the time you get your Thanksgiving feast on,
you can
you're not
sleep.
even going to be watching this on Sunday.
You're going to be in a food coma sleeping through this game.
You're going to be in a coma eating your leftovers or whatever. Nobody's watching this game. But anyway, I'm taking the Broncos.
This one should have flexed for sure. The moment Jaden Daniels got hurt, flex it. Yeah, absolutely get this out of the Sunday night game. With that being said, I mean, It wouldn't surprise me if the Broncos decided to have one of their dumb games.
No, I hope
They
not.
score 9 points going into the fourth quarter, and Washington comes out with a win. But I'm going to take Denver to win. They shouldn't do that. I've seen them do it a couple times this year and somehow win the game, which is ridiculous. Bojangles is not playing well. But Washington isn't either, and Marcus Mariota is not going to beat Denver's defense if Jaden comes back somehow, which
he's not. It said it's a long shot.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to come back this year. Another Joe Burrow situation, just with a worse team. Yeah, Denver all the way here.
Yeah, I hope Denver loses because I hate Sean Payton. I'll just go out and say it.
Yeah,
I hope they lose.
And
I also want your prediction to be wrong because that's one of the only predictions y'all look like y'all are going to get right this year. But I'm looking at the schedule like who they could have flexed. They obviously the 425 game with Buffalo and the Steelers they couldn't do because that's the CBS primetime game, so they're not going to get rid of that. That's that Romo Nance.
Yeah, and those two teams have already had their share of prime time anyway.
The game that should have been flexed, and Jacob would love this, should have been the Texans and the Colts. Put that on Sunday Night Football. It's a 1:00 game.
True.
Put that on Sunday Night Football and flex that in. With that being said, as much as I hate to say it, that Broncos defense is going to have a field day against Mariota.
Absolutely.
So give me the Broncos to get a win.
And another reason why this game might have been tough to flex, guys, because look, you already got 3, Thanksgiving Day games. You got the Black Friday game. And like you said, they're gonna always get Romo. And
we could have flexed the Rams and the Panthers in the Sunday night again. I'll watch another primetime game. Not that I want my team on primetime again after what happened on Monday night, but
I think that would have been a better primetime game.
And then look at this Monday night game.
This is the final game, guys. Look, I mean, this looks like a mismatch on paper, but so did the Giants against the Detroit Lions too, right? But the Patriots, man, what is it now? What, 10 in a row, 9 in a row?
Something like 9 in a row, I think.
Make it 10 or whatever, okay? Patriots, Giants, great effort last week. They should have won the game, actually. They should have beat the Detroit Lions in overtime, but they didn't. They fell short. I got the Patriots winning Monday Night Football.
And just a little nugget on this, Jackson Dart was a full participant in practice today.
Oh.
Now, so you may be able to see that action. How many times have we said this? I don't think he should play. They're 2-10. And plus, it pains me because I'd rather watch the entertainment of Jameis. So I'd rather watch him on Monday night, that entertainment factor over Jackson Dart.
What was Dart's injury again? Was it concussion?
It was
protocol?
A concussion, yeah.
Okay, well, there's a chance he's going to play better than coming back from an injury.
So you're taking the Patriots, right, Gene?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Jacob.
Anybody watching this show, if you're gambling on any of my picks, don't.
You say this every week about the Giants.
Yeah. So every fiber in my body wants to take the upset. I think that Will Campbell going on IR, the offensive line for the New England Patriots is finally beaten to a pulp, and it's getting to the point where it's kind of bad. Ramondre, he had an okay game, but it wasn't incredible by any strength of the imagination. And the Giants are good. But my big thing here, right, is that Giants defensive line. I think that Drake May is very uncomfortable. I think that he has 1 to 2 interceptions this game because he's under so much pressure all game. And I think if the Giants if they can have a couple of good offensive drives, Tyrone Tracy is playing out of his mind right now. I think the Giants offense can move. I think Jameis gives them a better chance to win right now. But Jackson Dart gives you that ability with his legs. Probably shouldn't anymore, but it does. I'm going to go the Patriots on this one, but every fiber in my body thinks that the Giants upset the New England Patriots.
Are you looking at what's at the bottom of the screen there? What does that say?
Do not listen to Jacob. You will lose all your money. Amen. I will say this to what Jacob said. Again, I think I'm not saying he's a better quarterback. I think right now Jameis gives you the better chance to win because he can throw downfield. And how about that receiving touchdown he had last week where he juked a guy out and scored a touchdown catching the pass? The guy got to be in the league for the next 10 years. His entertainment factor. How about the speech, guys? We're not outside, but we're inside. Whatever he was saying, some weird speech that Jameis had. It's just I love watching this guy. And I think he's going to make the game entertaining on Monday. I'll be watching just for the Manning cast to hear the stories from Eli about how the Giants beat the Patriots back in the day. They'll have a lot of stories like that. So that'll be interesting. But it will be a closer game than people think, like Jacob said. But the Patriots, listen, they've won 9 in a row, and you think they're all comfortable at 10-2. What they're looking at is home field advantage
exactly
throughout the entire playoffs. And if they
in
see
January.
Denver on Sunday night, who also only has 2 losses, beat the Commanders, they know they got to keep track by winning this game on Monday night. So it will be closer than we think, but I got the Patriots to get a win.
All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up here. Let me be the first one to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And everyone that listens to the show. And look, I tell you what we got to be thankful for, guys. We are probably, 40 away from hitting 1,000 subscribers.
44.
We started with 100 on this show back in September or early October. And thanks to you guys, this has been incredible stuff. So we'll definitely be over the 1,000 mark by the time you see us in week 14.
Yeah, I just can't say thank you enough for the support. I don't think people realize, like, you hear 1,000 compared to some of these huge shows that have been here for years and have close to, hundreds of thousands. But I know people who have done this type of thing for a long time, and it's hard to get subscribers on this content. So the fact that we have this support, the fact that, and I say this to Jacob and Gene, like, we take this, it's a fun show, but we take this serious to bring you the best content that we possibly can. We study this stuff. We want to bring you the best stuff we can. So the support has been overwhelming, and to hit 1,000, I don't think people realize how big of a deal that is. And to me, I think it's only the beginning. Once we start getting other sports involved and continue to talk about all of our stuff, I think it's only going to grow. So I just want to thank everybody out there. Wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Jacob. I wouldn't want to do the show with anybody else. I really like being with y'all. So we're a family now. So I just appreciate all the support.
I love it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you to everybody out there. It's been awesome collecting these subscribers. We couldn't do what we do without y'all doing what y'all do to support us doing what we do for you, right? So it is awesome watching that grow. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. This is my favorite holiday of the year, and I am.
Yeah.
All right, well, we got to end it with, what's your favorite food or side for Thanksgiving?
Green bean casserole, baby.
Okay. Gene?
Oh, well, look, I'm a sweet potato guy. And I love
no sweet potatoes. I can't.
Some good dressing, man. Yeah, I'm a sweet potato guy, man.
I'll go with the dressing. Dressing, mac and cheese. I like the dressing, mac and cheese kind of together. Like, I like it in a bowl, get that stuff together with some turkey. I can't do the sweet. I'm from the South, and I can't do the sweet potatoes. I just can't.
Come on now, Dustin. Come on now. We got to check your South card there.
Listen, and continue to send all the support. Continue to send in the comments about how Jacob's high with some of these predictions. Hit that subscribe button. Send in the comments, because those are what make my day, and I'm going to keep seeing those.
I know, man. Hey, the listeners have a way of connecting, and Jacob, they listen to every word you say, man. I like that.
What I like is they will call us out on our BS.
Yes.
I've got so many comments about you must be high for picking that. But you know what, guys? I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, that was a good one. So, hey, Bobby and
Denny.
Rachel.
Denny!
And Denny's still here.
Denny, happy Thanksgiving to you guys too, man. So you guys enjoy the holiday. Watch your football. Don't forget about the Black Friday games. And look, if you don't watch the Sunday night game, I don't blame you. Okay, so we'll see you back here next week on the Sports Kings NFL Week 14 prediction show. Good night.